Hello everybody, welcome to Mark's Remarks. I'm inside the chicken run today, and unfortunately I managed to do this. I'm going to be hosing them down with some Diatomaceous earth. Now this is what's used to kill the red mite, which is a problem with poultry and chickens, especially the outdoor types. Now I already did a video. I managed to grab two of the chickens and got them, hosed them down with this. They weren't too pleased. They're down on the floor there trying to get the, they're rolling around in the dirt. But the microphone wasn't on, so I'm going to have to do it again. So I'm going to grab a chicken. I'm going to hose it down with some powder. This is just basically it's pulverized clay, and they call it diatomaceous earth. It kills the red mites. It dries them out and kills them off. Very important. Okay, right. I'm going to grab a chicken and show you how to do this. Yeah, this is the one that I managed to do earlier, and they're not too pleased. Okay, but basically, if you've got a lid on it, like this, with holes in it, it's a lot easier to dispense the powder. There you go. But you put the powder on, and when they're being a bit more cooperative than what this one's being, you can actually, once they get used to it, you can lay them down. And they'll just lay there while you hose them. Actually, if as a point of fact, if you do this late at at dusk, when it starts to get dark, they get right sleepy and docile. All right, they're not being too cooperative here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some in my hand underneath here and try and rub it in the feathers underneath here. What you want is underneath the body, around the legs, around the vent, which is the arse end. Okay, you get it under the feathers, and like I say, this is quite difficult at the moment, but when they're being more cooperative, yeah, because if there's any lice in there, they'll be living under the feathers where it's nice and warm. Okay, so I'm going to put her in there. And try and grab another one. Okay, here's another one, same thing. Now this is why, if I had the choice, I would have gone for different coloured hens like I've had before, because you do this with one chicken and you can tell which ones you've done. Come on, stay still. But because they look identical, it's not as easy. So what I'm having to do is to lock in the cupboard, in the egg loop where they're to lay the eggs. Okay, and again, they're a bit feisty, so I'm going to put some on my hand and try and get it under the feathers. Now these are not used to being. I mean, they're only being used to being handled over the last few days that I've had them, but they're not used to being had powder put on them or any of this. Okay. Okay, I've let him out of the box. Now that was hard work. Now, I only managed to grab 2 out of the 4. The other 2 are really not interested. So I'm going to have to grab them late in the evening when it gets dusk. Now, as you can see at the moment, they're trying to, because they don't know what that powder was, they're trying to rub it off onto the dirt and the grass. But the fact of the matter is, you have to do it in order to keep the lice under control. There's the other one. Yeah, it's the smallest one out of the 4. Really doesn't like being picked up, and another one, but 2 of them, they're okay. There you go. They're trying to fluff all that powder off them. Now, also, I mean, if what you can do if you've got chickens of your own is where they nest at night. You can spray it, hose it down all over that, and also their roosting box, the place that they go to lay their eggs. You can throw some powder in that, because it'll kill any bugs that's in the straw when you get it from the farmer or the pet shop, any bugs that are in there, it'll kill those. And also the red mite, they like to hang around places where it's warm, mainly in the, on the chicken, under the feathers and in the bedding and in the cracks. If you've got wood, which is why I'll show you, which is why I've got one of these. It's an egg glue, so that it's round corners all over the place. There's no sharp edge, no right angles inside or out. So there's no nooks and crannies like you would get if it was made of wood. Like, because of what they do, they'll live in the where the two bits join. So the place where they lay their eggs, you can just throw it around in there. It will kill any bugs before they get on your chickens, and any that might be on your chickens, it'll kill them as they're laying their eggs. So it's all good, as well as trying to get it under the feathers. And yeah, do it at dusk when they're a bit more docile. It's a whole lot easier than what I've just done. Try to show you there. Okay. Oh, that, by the way, is a box full of wood chips. Over there, I've set up a new raised bed, a new above ground hugelkultur. I've got that filled with logs. I've got some cardboard and pizza boxes and paper and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to fill it with that. Fill it with wood chips. Yeah, shaking off that powder. Yeah, they'll be all right. It's just that they're not used to it. But once that's happened to them a few times, then they'll think nothing. Because they were kicking and carrying on, but I've had others in the past which have just you go in there, they just lay there and let you hose them down. The hard part is grabbing hold of them, But once you've done that, they're usually a bit more docile. But these are young and they're not used to being handled. In fact, they've only been handled since they've been here. Yeah, see, this is the kind of behaviour. If they find a patch around there, a dirt patch, they'll do this. They'll dig a little hole, and they'll lay in it, and they'll roll around in it, trying to fluff up, get that dirt and sand and whatnot under the feathers. So while it's good, it's not as good as the Diatomaceous earth. Okay, so there you have it. That's the lesson of today. How to administer Diatomaceous earth. And how easy or not so easy it can be sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to let them recover from that. In the next video, I'm going to be, which will be for me in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be filling up that hugelkultur over there. And okay, as usual, thank you very much for watching. And that's it. I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one.